Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters. First of all, a very great welcome to our partner. Which title did they give you on? Which title did they give you?
Well, you can take your pick. I'm area director this evening.
Area Director of Toastmasters International. We have Pat Gordon, who is President of Helena Toastmasters Club. Very welcome, Pat.
Thank you.
And everyone is welcome here tonight. We're trying to set up a club in Castlebar, and I believe there was a club in Castlebar many years ago. 30 years ago?
70s.
In the 70s.
Early 70s.
Mid-80s.
Mid-80s. So, anyway.
You were in it?
30 years plus ago. And I believe Liam was one of the people there. I think Tom told me was originally there as well. But then again, through circumstances, people fall away, and then hopefully they come back. I've been Toastmaster in Westport, Ollie White, myself, and a good few numbers like Paul Gannon, Dolores Brady,
Joe, yeah.
Joe was there well afterwards. But anyway, we all set it up, and it was a great thing. It taught me an enormous skill, a skill that I would not have now today, talking here in front of X amount of people. It doesn't faze me anymore. If I make a mistake, so what? I make a mistake. We're all here to learn, and so. The noise.
Can't hear.
Can you not hear anything? I can't do nothing about it, and because it's the refrigerator.
Oh, yeah.
Shall I? Do you want me to speak out more? Can you not? Oh my goodness, the acoustics here in this place are dreadful. I must have a word with the manager. So anyway, Anyway, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, for anyone who comes up here tonight, speak up. Yes. So we tried to set it up in Castlebar, and we see how it goes. So this is a demonstration meeting, and the Toastmaster for tonight is Bernard Joyce. He's going to explain how things work and how we will proceed from here on, hopefully. Is that much better? Is my voice much clearer now? That's great. Thanks, Anne, for that touch. I hand my control of the meeting over now to Bernard Joyce. Bernard.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Toastmasters. What is Toastmasters? A lot of people are asking. Why am I here on a Monday night in Castlebar in a chocolate factory? Where's my golden ticket? We might be giving out golden tickets later on, we'll see. But as Willy Wonka himself would say, come with me and you will be right in the middle of a Toastmasters meeting. And you can decide for yourselves. What we're going to do this evening is we're having an actual Toastmasters meeting, and we've asked Toastmasters from other clubs in Mayo and Galway to join, and we welcome them all and thank them for coming along and making the effort to do speeches and take on all the different roles. In particular, we'd like to thank our own club that we've been involved in for a number of years, Westport Toastmasters, for the massive support and their offer to sponsor the club as we go forward, and we're looking to charter Westport will be sponsors. So thank you to the members of and committee of Westport Club for that. So what's going to happen this evening? In a few minutes, I'm going to introduce the different people involved in running the meeting. It can be anything up to between 10 and 15 people to run every meeting, so we get a brief introduction from everybody. We will then have a table topics session. Table topics teach the skill of impromptu speaking. I'm told if you're new to Toastmasters, you won't be given a topic, you won't be asked to speak. But Joe Ring is doing the topics, so I don't know.
All bets are off.
But all bets are off. But it's a wonderful opportunity there might be a chance to jump in there, and Joe will explain that. After that, then we have a series of what we refer to as prepared speeches. We won't talk too much about how Toastmasters works tonight, but there are manuals. So people speak from manuals. All of our speakers tonight are from, as it happens, from advanced speaker manuals. That doesn't always happen. Most club meetings, you'll have somebody giving their first speech, somebody giving their second or third. The doors are locked, so when you hear the speakers coming up and you think, no, this is not for me, you can't leave. You have to actually wait and hear them out. After that, we're going to have a cup of coffee or hot chocolate. And I'm not sure, is there Smarties or chocolates thrown in perhaps? Maybe a few Skittles just to keep the energy levels going. That'll be a chance to chat to some of the people in Westport Toastmasters and Ballina and Corrib and ask them their experience, ask any questions. Then we have the second part of the meeting. The second part of the meeting commences with evaluations. Evaluations are a key part of Toastmasters, so I think 2 or 3 of the speeches tonight will be evaluated publicly. They'll also be evaluated privately. So everybody that speaks, they have a manual, there are certain goals they're asked to achieve in that, and their evaluator will advise them as to whether they've achieved those goals or not. They'll also give feedback on the speech for the benefit of the rest of us. Then, in a slight change from what we normally do in Toastmasters, we will have an opportunity to hear from some of the Toastmasters that have been involved in Westport, just for 1 minute, and we're going to ask maybe 4 or 5 people just to talk about one thing that I have benefited from in Toastmasters, just to give you an idea, because there's a lot of people have different stories. So that's the meeting. I will now introduce you to the team. When you come in this evening, you were met by 2 people who had the role of Sergeant at Arms. Now be assured, you haven't signed up for the FCA. Can we have one of the Sergeant at Arms, Tom or Caroline? You will explain the role of Sergeant at Arms.
Sergeant at Arms tonight, with the role includes welcoming you all. Normally there's a fee for the standard meetings, but tonight is obviously the golden ticket night, so you're all on a freebie.
So only one off.
Okay, one off. And that normally covers the room hire and the tea and coffee that will be for the cost for the venue. Our role is to welcome the people, deliver out name tags and take their contact details so that we know where to find you in the future when Bernard goes to recruit you all as Toastmasters in the coming weeks. Thank you.
Now Caroline, while you're there and while you're up, a lot of us, as you will notice, have no problem getting up to speak. Some of us have a little bit of a problem with getting back down again. And one of the people to help us to sit down and stop speaking is the timekeeper. So Caroline, would you also explain your dual role as timekeeper?
So I also have the honour tonight of being timer. Toastmasters is very, very particular about their time. The meeting starts on time, it runs to time, it finishes on time. The tea is had on time, and what's most important is that the speeches are delivered in the appropriate time slots. Tonight we have 3 5 to 7 minute speeches, and for an unusual gig tonight we have a 15 to 20 minute one. The topics that Joe will be delivering later, they are 1 to 2 minutes for the first person, and if you think you have something better to add, you only get 1 minute for an add-on. And then the evaluations at the end are 2 to 3 minutes. I have a new fancy gadget here tonight, and the middle of the screen will change colour. It will give you a countdown of green, amber and red means your time is ending. And each of the speakers will know what their cut-off points are. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Caroline. Now, one of the less glamorous roles in Toastmasters is that of awe counter. Our awe counter this evening is Tom Fahey. Tom, would you like to explain what we should be afraid of?
My role this evening is counting the words, like the ns and the as, and it's just basically words that you fill in while you're thinking to have the next word or what you want to say next. So one of the ideas of Toastmasters is that you think before you talk. So you get
There's one.
You don't say the and you count them. So at the end of the roll, each time I'll be counting all the managed to live and how many ands everybody had or any other thing.
Thank you, Tom. Now, I mentioned evaluators earlier. There will be, I think, 2 or 3 evaluators this evening of the speeches. One of the speeches won't be evaluated. Two of the speeches won't, because I think one has been evaluated already. Everything in Toastmasters is evaluated, and there's also an evaluator of the evaluators and everything else. So, Anne Ruan, would you like to tell us about your own role and the role of the evaluators?
Yes, the general evaluator's role is to provide feedback on every aspect of the meeting that takes place here tonight. Thank you.
I can't hear you, Anne.
I think that's all our roles. Have I missed anybody?